on my phone. I hate when people do this. I'm just in too big of a group.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
I don't know why. I don't really get the whole like AI bots being top human players in video game challenge. If you wanted it to be the top humans, like then you would have put like Team Liquid against.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to get better at FIFA. Playing the FIFA World Cup.
That's super good though, honestly.
Ooh, Brand's here.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Radiant team pick. Dire team.
League's assassin. Taiga.
What is it? Alright, and welcome back. Got Alliance versus Team Spirit in a game 3.
5 seconds
We
remaining.
are ready to go. We've got Pugna, Nyx Assassin again for Alliance. And then you've got Dark Willow for the second time this series, I believe. For Team Spirit, and they also go into the Tiny.
Radiant team ban.
I was saying at the end of the last game, just off the camera, that this Nyx is feeling super underwhelming whenever we've seen it picked. But when they pick the Dark Willow, I think it's a really good counter to this hero. There's so much uncontrollable coming out, damage coming out from the Bedlam, the Bramble Maze. That Carapace becomes really valuable, and having the Impale, which then goes with the Shadow Realm as well. Some good lockdown. They pick up the Pugna with the Nyx as well, lots of burst damage between those two. I'm just hoping to see a better Nyx performance this game, because yeah, it's been not a good performance for the hero so far this competition. Apart from maybe the Zayat game, he was very good.
Yeah, that was like the one time we've seen it. It's been very lackluster overall in the tournament, but Zayat's killed it. He absolutely killed it. And that was after being just shut down for so long with sentries.
Yeah. And this Tiny pick, though, I really like this. I think it's really important that you pick up a versatile laner in your first two. I feel like I've said that so far in all our casts, but Tiny's one of these heroes that can lane anywhere. It's a good lane partner with the Dark Willow if it comes to it in the off lane as well. And it's also really good burst damage against this Pugna, which you know Pugna can be very susceptible to. He doesn't like these heroes that can just jump in and get on top of him, which I feel like that was something that Spirit lacked. I think it was in game 1 they lacked that kind of hero. And I'm hoping that Spirit pick up a hero this time in their draft that can push buildings. Spirit finally banned out the PL as well, which we've seen picked in game 1 and game 2. So Alliance going to have to go down a different kind of route this time.
Alliance not going to have that Phantom Lancer for miCKe for the third game in a row. Very similar to Vinchek, who had the Alchemist 3 games in a row. But they go to the Ursa. So they pick up the Ursa this time, and Team Spirit, they go to the Venomancer, which we've only seen one other time.
Ursa's a really good pickup. You probably want to match it up against the Tiny in lane if you can. Tiny really doesn't enjoy having those Fury swipes built up on him. At least he can kind of attack from a bit further away with the tree grab. But the lane still isn't easy for him. And I feel like Veno is something we've seen. Did we see it yesterday as an answer to one of the Ursa pickups? So these lane matchups are going to be really important. If they get the Veno up against the Ursa, then that would be exactly what Team Spirit wants. They'll probably put the Veno in the off lane now, where they think the Ursa's going to be the safe laner. I know Willow sounds like a decent lane as well, and we'll get to see a Tiny position 1 or 2, would be my guess. Which is always nice to see. I've been screaming for it so far all these casts to see a kind of a scaling Tiny rather than a pick-off kind of potential kind of Tiny with all the item builds. Someone build a Daedalus, please. I want to see him thwack somebody. It's a technical term, by the way.
Thwack.
Thwack. Yeah, I've decided. The whack.
What's the technical definition?
I thought you were going to tell me to use it in a sentence, but technical definition is to just hit somebody over the head.
Right. Okay, and what's
Gave
the
that guy a good
country of origin?
I gave that guy a good thwacking.
Whacking.
That's the verb.
See, I use something similar to that. I say shellacking. The technical definition of that one is shellacking is usually the ceiling of a chair with I don't actually know what it is, but it's shellacking. Because I always called it shellacking. I never knew what I was using.
10 seconds remaining.
That's the
sort of sealer.
That's the CM. This is a hero that's kind of been ignored the whole first two games, which is really surprising to me. I still think this is one of the best supports going around at the moment. Makes it all the way to the fourth picking game. Three. All these heroes like the mana regen, CM, especially Nyx Assassin and Ursa. You both kind of struggle with mana early on. So having the 1 point in the aura, I think it's 0.8 mana regen is really nice for them. I feel like though the CM picks a little bit weak against the Tiny, you know, it's another one of these heroes that can just get jumped on and bursted. It's gonna help their laning stage a lot on Alliance. Which when you've got this kind of weak support in the Nyx of the laning stage, you really want a strong support to pair up with that. Imagine a Spirit probably going to pick up their other support here as well, their position 5. Actually, I'd really like to see something like a Witch Doctor here. I think something that can sustain them in the laning stage.
You know, we've seen something similar to that before we go heavy on the heal, but he'd be the only heal. I think the last time we saw like Witch Doctor, it was Witch Doctor, Necro, and something else. I believe maybe even the Oracle.
Undying would be another one, but they have the Ursa to be able to overpower and hit the time. The Tomb. Sorry. I always get those two confused up. Tomb and Time.
Seems like you got to work on your English.
One man.
Coming from the country that we invented English.
We did. Why it's called English, not American. Are you Ed?
For anybody whose mind that just blew, by the way. Nobody really realizing England.
I know. Amazing. This is a. I'm really wondering what they're going to go for here on Spirit. Has the Venge been touched at all? No, it hasn't. I think Venge is another option for Spirit here, but they don't really have that Taker that we like to see paired up with the Venge normally. Tiny and the Venom aren't really quick Roach takers.
Radiant team ban.
Wow, again, showing it forth.
So Alliance picked this hero in game one.
Do
they crushed with it. So
oh, do they throw Visage or Venomancer 4, Dark Willow 5, or Tiny 4, and then throw like a Drow into the mix?
They could. It's a possibility, but
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like Alliance are probably going to have to ban it. But their draft's very open on Spirit. They can kind of see what they from this last ban, how they want to play the game. Like if the Drow gets through, I think they'll just pick it up because it's really good against the Pugna around the Ursa, especially. They really hate playing against these silencers. Drow's something we've been seeing a fair amount of in this tournament so far in the main stage. Lions probably have to be wary of this. You don't want to get cheesed in a game three in a series. It feels pretty rough.
We kind of have been seeing that though, where game 3s have been heavy on the cheese.
Dire team ban.
So much. They banned the Venge. Okay, so they just ban out the position 5. This is. I feel like you have to play Venom as a core though this game. I don't think it's a great support at the moment.
Then you could go 4 then. You throw Venom in the offlane, Visage mid-Drow safe lane.
That is a possibility, and it would be a decent one actually, because then you try and match up the Venom against the Ursa still.
10 seconds remaining.
See if Team Spirit want to go for that though. I feel like they still want to pick up position 5 more than anything though. I don't think you want to put the Tiny or the Venom as position 4. They could put the Venom as the 5 maybe. Again, it feels very lackluster. Yeah, they banned the Bristle, which is really good up against the Visage. One of the best counters, because you can't really just hit the Bristle with the birds, because they just die to the physical damage. Good ban. The Bristle probably would have laned up against the Tiny and the HeStEJoE. Especially when they don't have the burst on the Spirit to be able to deal with it.
10 seconds remaining.
I wonder whether they do go for Drow here. I feel like it's a bit risky. Okay, they go back.
I was hoping.
I think that's as much safer pick. And the tree and the willow are both really good lane supports as well. So they're a little bit greedy in terms of they both need XP, but I think Team Spirit have picked these 3 really strong cores that are going to allow these supports to kind of get through the laning stage in a decent spot. And tree's something actually we haven't seen really picked up in these 3 games either. That's been very popular. Oh my god.
Okay, so Cheese coming out from Alliance with the offlane Brood.
How to beat the cheese of Visage. You just pick your own cheese and out-cheese them yourself.
Did they go Gouda or did they go Swiss or, you know?
Oh, this is full on like really stinky like blue cheese. This
blue cheese isn't. It's blue.
I like good stuff.
What about a brie?
A brie, yeah. Yeah, and I like brie as well. Don't put brie down.
I ain't putting brie down. I'm saying it's got that essence.
I like this phrase that all the players talked about at the summit though, about Brood not being an honest hero. You know, I feel like Brie's an honest cheese. I don't think you can compare the two. Come on, man. Don't put brie down like that.
Yeah. They also, by the way, swapped Boxi onto the Pugna and then put qojqva on the Brood, so it will be a mid-Brood.
I mean, they might put the tiny mid up against the Brood to be able to deal with that, but just put the Visage in the safe lane, the Venom in the off lane. Like Tiny's probably your best chance of dealing with the Brood there. These lane matchups are going to be really important because if they think the Tiny's going to be going mid, they might just put the Ursa mid themselves. There's lots of different possibilities of matchups there. There's another pause. What a shock at the start of a game. Taking some lessons from Wind and Rain with Ritsu. Damn NA Dota.
Yeah, it happens in Chinese Dota a lot too. The immediate pause. Is always pretty interesting.
Mouse. Mickey Mouse. I see what he did there. I feel like this happened at the start of last game as well.
Wonder what happened.
Like Oliver's calling them out as well. He knows. This is really silly. Every team has mouse problems at the start. I feel like teams should be called out when this happens.
Oh man. Don't use mouse in draft, only in... God.
They've been talking about these lane setups and everything.
Can we just, can we tip miCKe?
I wish we could, honestly. I'd be tipping all the time in games. We'd probably get fired.
Yeah, caster tips would be so tilting. Can we tip? No.
Especially because we're like nowhere near as good as them. It'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Lol, feed. And you just tip them. They miss a CS or something and we tip them. It'd be great. We should get unlimited ones as well. That would make it better.
Just every 2 seconds, no cooldown. Tips on tips on tips. Oh my god.
Just have to mute us.
You could tilt teams so easy.
This Tiny is going to start mid, by the way, against the Brood. Brood kind of has a rough time at the start of that lane, but when he gets to the level 5, he can just go back to the jungle. Farm away with his spiders. I don't think it's as bad as people think this mid lane. It's always going to be bad against Tiny in the lower levels. They did get the Venom against the Ursa, so this lane matchup is amazing for Spirit. They've got exactly what they wanted.
FNG going Leech Seed first, and we've seen something. I don't know if he's going to go anything similar where you don't take the Nature's guys and you just go 044.
I'm a big fan of this against the single target damage coming out from Alliance. You don't need the point in silence. You're not needed, you just get the sustain in lane. I was talking to RMN about this, the guy that played for X-Penta, and they were the first people that really started doing this, just skipping the Nature's guys completely. And boxi's so low already, and he doesn't have a salve. He's got one tango left.
Yeah, he was hit up pretty hard by G and FNG. Again, FNG hitting that one shot and then going into the Leech Seed. They wrecked him in this lane already. But you take a look over bottom, Oliver getting chased, miCKe going in, Biver behind him. Venomous Gale comes out, and iNSaNiA! Crystal Nova! And the first blood for the Crystal Maiden.
Brood's done something really interesting here in this mid lane. He's actually taken the incapacitating bite at level 2. So he has the 30% miss chance on Tiny, which is really tilting if you're the Tiny. A chance to miss here when you really want to be dominating the lane.
miCKe getting hit up really hard. Her shot comes out. Venomous Gale is on miCKe. He's trying to do enough damage to Oliver maybe to have iNSaNiA clean up, but he'll fall, and okay, a big pause coming out there.
Blue drop. iNSaNiA's in the trees. That was unfortunate because the Venom might have died there. The CM was there.
He might still die.
There's no or anything. The thing is, that's not even that bad for the Ursa, honestly, because the Venom's going to be forced to pop his salve now, and he doesn't have a TP to come back into the lane on Venom. So you have to be really careful on the Venom here with your positioning, because the Ursa and the CM have so much kill potential at level 1. They can just run you down. You just need a few more levels online for the Venom to be really effective. The tree's gonna possibly die top as well.
Take a look at the tree and getting chased by Taiga and boxi, but not enough damage to get the kill.
boxi ferried out some more regen on this puck. This lane's going really well for him. He went for the greedy null talisman first, but I think he has to when he's playing up against this Visage. By trying to secure as much CS as he can and punish his early game. The tree actually went for the invis on level 2 by the way.
Yeah, he didn't go heavy on the Leech Seed as well as the heal, but the Leech Seed comes out on boxi. Taiga hitting away at FNG, but he is a big tanky tree, and he does slap for 94 damage. The rough one.
This Brood's getting pretty dumpstered mid, by the way. It's a little bit rough. Have a salve.
6-1, and Leech Seed comes out again. Now the hit with the root. Nice little two-man stun coming out from Taiga. And I think that almost saves the life of boxi. FNG surrounded by boxi and Taiga, but into the trees he goes. Nature's Guy's up in 1, and there it is. So he's invis once again. That Soul Assumption doing a bit of damage to both these heroes on the side of Alliances. There it is again with the root as well as the Leech Seed. Stun out 2 seconds before he goes invis, and he'll turn around. Oh, trees. Getting eaten by the tangos. FNG out of invis. That might cause him to die.
Mango on the
now mangoes. And actually, they go for the stun on G instead.
Okay, fair enough. iNSaNiA really just bully out the Crystal Maiden here, though. Imagine iNSaNiA's going to put a second point in the aura here as well. Oh well.
Does end up dying over top. I looked over at iNSaNiA.
FNG just smacking Taiga.
Yeah, he's just continuing to hit away. He doesn't actually go invis and just trades his life. And there's the Grave Chill, but no mana for Soul Assumption. So I don't understand trading dying there.
That's fine, because FNG, it stops him from having to walk all the way back to base. He knows the Pugger's not going to get any XP, so it doesn't really matter. And look, Nick's just having to walk all the way back to base here. He's wasting so much time. To heal up and then TP back into lane. He can't really play as aggressive.
Yeah, without Taiga here, he has to stay pretty passive. And then we take a look at the mid lane that you said Brew was getting dumpstered, and over bottom beforehand as Biver. A little bit low. miCKe coming in. Her shock doesn't hit on either of them, and Venomous Gale doing a lot of damage to miCKe.
Poison damage is stacking up on the Ursa though. He's having to ferry out a lot of regen to stay in this lane.
Sentry Ward now placed down by Taiga for FNG in the trees on the right side.
I like the 1-1-1 build on Nyx as well. I think the mana points so valuable against the Visage early on.
Bottom again. Her shot comes out onto the Dark Will. Bramble Maze laid down as well as the Shadow Realm Strike.
This Brood's got haste.
Yeah, qojqva comes bottom looking for Oliver. He's here with the Crystal Maiden of iNSaNiA. Will grab one. Into the Bramble Maze he goes, and then treeing over towards top. He's getting chased. boxi moving forward, but they just don't have what it takes to kill him.
Look at qojqva's skill build on this Brood, by the way. He's going full incapacitating, but he's not getting any in the spiders.
Radiant are scanning.
Which is interesting. He gets level 6 here. This Tiny's going to be in real trouble. Can't really stop this Brood from just running at him. Look at the slime.
Yeah, He just gets run down off to the high ground, and qojqva doesn't make a deeper move because he's lower on health than he'd like to be if he felt comfortable going in there. But Benji is now pretty far back, waiting for this courier to come over with
Venom's in trouble.
And Venomancer over bottom in a lot of trouble. iNSaNiA gets the kill. Oliver dead again. So Oliver died the first time to qojqva, or the first time to I think iNSaNiA, then he died to qojqva, and then again to iNSaNiA. Curse Crown comes out, Shadow Realm Strike hits from the Dark Willow, Biver.
That region that you ferried out earlier. Fine. Coming up.
Comes over, Leech Seed as well as the Root. They're chasing onto boxi. Nice chunk of heal coming out with the level 2 Leech Seed, but now he's stunned up, hit with a Nether Blast, and he's dead. Boxi gets the kill. It goes in a little bit too far. Taiga in time to come back. They do clean up this Dream Protector.
These side lanes on Spirit are going really badly though. Like the Tiny's the only one that's having a good time. The Fish has 13 CS, 6.5 minutes, and Veno has 12.
iNSaNiA somehow into the trees. Now the Crystal Nova comes out, slowing down Oliver as well as Biver, and miCKe is here to clean up the Willow. And now Oliver trying to TP out and do so successfully.
Well, iNSaNiA's actually gone for arcane boots on CM as well. Wow. That's something that we never see.
Ooh, Avalanche toss top, HeStEJoE, he's here, looking for Taiga. Spike Carapace, 2-man stun. Oh, no way.
There's
4 heroes top for Dota.
Yeah, there's 4 heroes top. That's completely worth it for them. Like, it's only Taiga that dies. So Brood's going to get some nice space in the mid lane. The DD as well, just pushing the wave out. I wonder if he commits fully here for the passive on the Brood. Whether he goes back for the spiders now. Yeah, he does. Wow.
When was the last time you saw no spider Brood?
I mean, when you're playing against a Tiny, I guess it's okay, but I don't think I've ever seen it, honestly. This is the first time. CM smokes up her to get some deep vision down as well, which is really nice for her. She gets that one for the ward vision, and now she's going to get one behind the tower. If she gets carry.
Okay, toss all the way on a Dark Willow, and now by this tower, Curse Crown comes up. He's down a web, and we've been seeing this with the Broods, where you get into these trees and you try to get away. But now the ulti, Dark Willow into the Shadow Realm with Yugi's father, and I will keep using that joke as long as this tournament goes on. We've got a Dark Willow on the side of the game as Oliver drops bottom to miCKe. They use the Frostbite. They've got miCKe to come in and clean him up with the Ursa, and it's just so much damage. I don't really know what at this point Oliver just being this far behind. What he's supposed to do? He's 0-4-2.
This bot lane isn't safe at all for our Spirit anymore. I don't think anybody can come down here until Visage is level 6 at least. He is close, but the Ursa's just going to run at whoever comes here. Like, they don't have mobile cores. The Venom's really slow. For me, 3-3 movement speed, even with boots.
Do you think the tree will go just 1-4-4 now? Just taking that value point into the Nature's Guys?
I'm not sure. She's a really versatile skill builder. It's like a qojqva in that sense. You can kind of pick up whatever skills you need depending on the feel of the game.
Ooh, Avalanche out as well as the toss on a qojqva, getting low, but he has that ulti slowing down HeStEJoE. The chase is on. G drops top. Damage through to Hesta, but it's just not enough. It does heal him up enough. Treant, by the way, getting low as boxi's here. F and G decrepified. Now Nether Blast on top as well as the Impale. But they don't have the vision. And they Nether Blast again, but he's not there.
Yeah, they decrypt, stun, mana burn, life drain the Visage top, and he just died instantly. Like it. There was nothing FNG could do to save him. It was really well played. Sursa has a Keeler coming out in the courier, and he's getting really close to Blink as well. And at which point, I actually don't know how the Dire deal with the Sursa Blink. He's going to be jumping around killing whoever he wants.
We saw the 0-4-4 build from Treant the other day, and it was very effective.
It's okay, but I feel like he's probably just going to max out the living armor now, would be my guess. It's so defensive. Like, they don't really have anybody that can make plays on the map until Tiny gets a blink.
We'll send him bottom. Now FNG here. But right into the hands of the Crystal Maiden. Here comes the Ursa, slowed down by the Venomous Scale. He'll use that ulti. Earth Shot comes in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
kiting him around pretty well here.
Yeah, they've also got the ulti coming through, but qojqva, he's ready to fight Oliver, and will help miCKe get the kill. Looks over at FNG. Does he have the damage in time to kill him? But the Nether Blast comes out, and boxi hit with the avalanche. Toss on over. FNG very low, but gets the heal from the Leechy. The chase is on HeStEJoE as the life drain comes out from boxi. Around the back is the root. But now Crystal Nova comes out as iNSaNiA moving forward. They've got the Nether Blast. They'll get the kill. Toss back on qojqva, trying to get away. HeStEJoE in the trees. Decrepified is boxi. Hit with the avalanche. He'll fall. And now the chase is on from qojqva. Should have HeStEJoE. He's over by the tier 2 tower, but qojqva doesn't care. And he'll finish off the Tiny.
It's really weird. Just decrypts himself like it's avalanche and dies. Pretty unfortunate.
Radiant's top
Visage though. Got level 6, and because the Pugna TP'd away, they just take the top tier 1. So that's something. Look at Taiga. Gonna hunt Biver down here on this Willow. Oh, good dodge.
Shadow Realm, Curse Crown. Not enough to get the kill, and now they've brought HeStEJoE over, who doesn't have Blink, but they do have G to stun him up with the familiars. They slow him down with the Grave Chill, avalanche toss. Taiga trying to get a Dark Willow, and he ends up paying for it as Biver doesn't fall, but he does.
Well played there by the Willow, Biver, just to keep himself alive, make sure he doesn't die. And with this Willow being level 6 now, it's a little bit harder for Alliance. At least Spirit have some team fight now that they can contribute with the terrorizing the Bedlam. Visage is level 6 as well, so let me see them group up. The problem is Ursa almost has Blink. You try and group up into this Ursa Blink, he's just gonna run at you.
Scale, boxi, Curse Crown. There's the thinking about the terrorize, but Bedlam will get the kill for Biver. Boxi dies, but Oliver falls to miCKe, so it's a 1-for-1 trade that benefits. I would say maybe a little bit Team Spirit. I didn't actually get a chance to look at the fight recap.
Visage has Helm of Dawn now, so at least he can get some kind of creep and maybe try and force some towers down. But they have good ways of dealing with the Visage now. You know, they've got the Pugna to keep people alive with the decrep. They've got some good wave clear with the Crystal Nova on the Maiden, and they can always just kill the creep as well with the Frostbite. Not necessarily massively easy Visage game.
Kale. As well as the Venomous Gale, Curse Crown comes out, Biver falls, and now they look over at Oliver once again, who, by the way, has already died 6 times. Boxi with the life drain, but now they've got the root. That comes out from FNG. The turn is going to come through as HeStEJoE is here with the avalanche, and boxi is dead. Taiga. He TP's out by the trees. Look over at iNSaNiA, Venomous Gale, Frostbite. The chase is on. Is Venomous Gale enough? It should be. Meanwhile, G dead to qojqva. That's over mid. Trying to get the familiar.
Here comes the bear.
Now we look over bottom as miCKe is here to clean up FNG, but iNSaNiA drops anyway.
Tree actually skipped his overgrowth at level 6.
1, 2, 3.
I'm sure that's a lag. I'm sure you take the overgrowth against the Ursa just to be able to kite him a little bit better, and the Brood as well. He just feels like they're not going to be team fighting anytime soon, so he just wants the points to keep people alive with the living armor. I don't think I've ever seen. Well, I think I've seen it once.
Avalanche toss, qojqva. Now into the trees. The TP's come over, but they've got a couple of heroes here. The Shadow Realm strike iNSaNiA. That's a bad TP. You're totally dead. Now coming in with the ulti, looks over at Biver, gets hit a couple of times, but the avalanche toss comes through, as well as the soul assumption. One more shot will get the kill. G's on a double kill. Bedlam out from Biver, but nobody nearby as boxi's trying to run to the familiars. They get one stun, and they will get the kill. Triple kill for G. And now continuing forward is HeStEJoE. miCKe, by his tier 2 tower, ends up blinking out. The impale from Taiga keeps him alive.
Here comes the Visage Death Book. Alliance just ran in one by one there. They just took turns dying. The first CM, the Brood, then the Pugna. They just weren't ready there as 5 as a unit to be able to ready to defend their tower. Not only have they given away the tower now, but they've given away so many kills as well, which is so much net worth for Spirit to come back into this game.
What do you call it? The Save Your Buddy syndrome?
Yes. SYBS. Sibs.
Been diagnosed with SYBS.
This Tiny has Blink as well, and he sees this Pug on the top.
Oh boy, but Tiny.
Wow.
He's by 3, and He's dead. We'll see if G wants to go in and maybe find a finish.
FNG!
G is here. He's dusted up. He doesn't have overgrowth. He's level 7, but he's got 1, 2, 4. So now the Impale comes through. FNG is taken out. There's the Fear on the 2. They've got the Bramble Maze. That locks in the Earth, so they'll try and get the kill with the Shadow Realm. That'll finish him off. G TP's away. qojqva's here. Looking over at Biver. Should get the kill easily. Frostbite on top. qojqva cleans up the Dark Will. 3 Euros dead on Team Spirit. And again, it's that lack of overgrowth, I want to say, that almost kind of, I would say, saves Alliance and ruins the team fight of Team Spirit.
Yeah, but the living armor kept people alive for so long as well. They just maxed the living armor instead. I'm not 100% sold on this, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh boy, FNG. Impale comes out. There's the Decrepify, Nether Blast, Crystal Nova, and Taiga gets credit for that kill, and they'll use the ulti to clean up these creeps, and then...
Probably gets no CS from it as well, because Pogba just steals them.
Oh my, Oliver. Oh, he's dead again. 1, 7, and 4. Like you said, when the blink comes out for the Ursa, it's trouble for the side of Team Spirit, and that is exactly what's coming in.
That's just taking a decent amount of damage from the Venom ult there. When he gets his basher as well, it's going to be even harder for them to fight. Like, he's just going to be blinking in and just controlling people instantly with these bashes. It's really hard for Spirit now. Brood's not farming as quickly as we normally see because she didn't go for the spiders, but she's farming pretty well. She's just skipped the talent completely. And he's leveling the spiders now afterwards instead.
Yeah.
Interesting to see different builds like this though.
I was definitely surprised a little bit by the Spiderlings. The choice not to go to the Spiderlings because he also has the Crystal Maiden to amp up that mana regen and help get those spitters out as often as possible. There's the Terrorize out, only hits on the Taiga, but miCKe will use this Shrine, he'll heal up, and with that, Team Spirit, they'll retreat.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
They actually smoke up, they might look to re-engage. They've got a couple of heroes bottom. They've got both G and Oliver. G does need a little bit of mana to want to go in on this. He's going to the Ags next. And over.
You've got a tree in your lineup. When you've got a tree in your lineup, you never want to let this tier 1 mid fall for free. I feel like they should be trying to defend this, but they're not in position.
HeStEJoE does come around though. But let's see if it's enough. They are healing it up, trying to save it. Nether Blast comes out. qojqva will finish it. So yeah, that tower is gone, and the TPs are coming massively towards bottom. Bramble Maze, Curse Crown, but miCKe not bothered as he uses that ult. The Venomous Gale will come through as well. Taiga trying to stop the TP of G, but G actually stops it himself. He'll look further up north on this fight. Dark Will killed off by boxi. There's the freezing field used by iNSaNiA. Getting the kill on the boxi. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Crystal Maiden's going to be the second one of all on the side of Alliance. qojqva needs to start to run, as he's got the spider webs to throw out towards the mid lane.
A great fight by Spirit. The BKB timings are going to be the next big thing for Alliance. BKB on the Brood is really important against like all this magic damage coming out from the Tiny, the Willow, the Veno. You can get out of overgrowth with the BKB as well.
So they lose the Dark Will, they lose the mid tier 1, they take the Pugna and Crystal Maiden as well as the tier 2, so Spirit getting a fair trade out of that.
Double damage.
I think this Brood's going to probably go BKB then straight into Manta afterwards, just to be able to help deal with the overgrowth and not having to worry about BKB just for that. This ult on Brood, by the way, has such a ridiculously low cooldown.
Using it, though, Oliver pauses. He's immediately coming out. Okay. Good.
Yeah, happens. Oh, top lane. Oh, they get the fear on the Ursa.
Yeah, Ursa hit by the Bramble Maze. 2 Shadow Realm Strike comes out, and they do get the kill. It looks like Alliance were also setting up for a smoke. They walk in FNG. The smoke's going to be broken. Taiga is here with the Vendetta. They'll find the Decrepify as well as the 2. Oh, they're not the 2-man. They're just the stun onto the Venomancer. Oliver down immediately. They'll clean up boxi in return. Taiga can continue to go in, but that's probably going to come at the cost of his life. His Bedouin's here as well as Curse Crown, and that's that single Bedouin, but they don't kill him yet. And oh my! He is walking away from this. They just don't finish. They gotta close that kill.
How does he live? What? Just gonna walk into Roche now, though, on Spirit. There's a really big Roche as well, because if they can take this away from the Ursa, both these teams really want to be able to take the first roach if they can. I just want to say that Biver's picked up a really early spirit pistol on the Dark Widow, which is really valuable against the pucking around the Broodmother. Because this Broodmother, until she gets the BKB, she's not really going to be life-stealing from her arm.
We're going for this roach. Finally have those roach firelings come in.
This is really good though. They should just be able to try and force some towers down now. This HeStEJoE just to try and force some fights, get some buildings. Oh, they get the CMT big.
Yeah, well, Oliver in a lot of trouble. The overgrowth comes in, the ulti's used first. Now the avalanche follows it up, and the spike happens is going to hit on the HeStEJoE. Oliver not dead yet. He's got that one. He's got the 4-step. They'll take out Taiga. iNSaNiA drops to G. That was over in the top lane.
Yeah, and they're probably just gonna. They're either gonna go for the top tier 2 or go for the mid tier 2 here. On the spirit side, looks like they're gonna even play around the Visage and just go for the top tier 2 instead. Going Axe on the Visage as well. He's got the Solar Crest, got the helm with the Dom. I'm not really fearing too much at the moment.
There's a blank looking for G. Stun once, stun twice. Bramble Maze is here, and the Avalanche Trust comes out onto boxi. The Bedlam's going to be used by Biver. Now the Cursed Crown stuns up this Ursa. He's gone, as is boxi. And this is that snowball ability of Team Spirit, where they're going to take this tier 2 tower very quickly.
Surprised there, so went in there. Like the rest of his team weren't ready. You're not going to kill that Visage by yourself. Really risky. Probably just going to keep going here, honestly. I go mid tier 2, but I feel like there's no reason for them to stop.
Taiga does see HeStEJoE, and he turns around towards Taiga, maybe making him believe that he's got vision on him. Trying to keep an eye over there as he picks up a tree, and they're still trying to go for this tier 3 tower. I just don't know if it's worth even attacking this tiny unless he tries to blink in.
They respect them now, they back off, because the Ursa from the puck are coming back up. Be really careful.
And there are a lot of teams that don't respect the high ground presence of a team, and they end up paying for it dearly. Something you see very often in the EU-CIS region and regions. Sometimes you go past tier 4s or you go past tier 3s where you're not staying objective enough, and you die. You lose a couple of heroes, and all of a sudden you're given hope at the other side.
But you see, this is an EU-CIS mix. So basically, 2 negatives make a positive. You know how to go high ground. That's my top tip.
Professor Mofara back at work.
Yeah. miCKe
trying to get HeStEJoE. Now the Impale comes out, but Terrorize hits on these 2 heroes, pushing them away from HeStEJoE. BKB, Biver, Bedlam, right on top of miCKe, but they'll get the kill. qojqva gets 1. miCKe in a lot of trouble, but boxi saving his life basically with the freezing field on top. miCKe ends up dying anyway. So now boxi's with low health, and the Impale real deep on the HeStEJoE, but Taiga's got to start to run. He's hit with a Solar Crest. iNSaNiA slowing them down. 4-step forward. FNG gets the nice Leech Seed. 2 stuns come out from the familiars, one after the other. And Spike Carapace, Solar Crest, Impale onto 2, but the blink forward. HeStEJoE cleans up Taiga, and they take out this Nyx.
This Brew's trying to cut the creep wave. Is he going to be able to do it quick enough? Just need to make sure they have this creep wave here to be able to force the mid tier 2 in. Each seat to keep people alive as well. Might just shrine for now.
3,000 net worth lead for Team Spirit. G's got that Ags. We'll have that 3rd familiar.
That was the 10-second BKB from the Brood as well. He used the BKB in the ult and got caught in the overgrowth afterwards, which kind of cancelled out a lot of the power that he had in that fight. It was really well played by FNG on the tree. Got level 2 overgrowth as well now. Lots of control coming out. These BKB timings are really important up against the magic damage that we talked about before. As soon as they start getting lower BKBs against the Veno, the fight becomes really difficult, because that poison Nova damage adds up really quickly. Wow.
Boxi just did.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Terrorize is out on a qojqva. He's forced to use that BKB, but there's the overgrowth. Blinking from miCKe, trying to get the kill with a nice hurricane play coming out from Oliver, trying to kite him around. Biver ends up dropping, but qojqva low no longer has the BKB. He falls first for the side of Alliance in this team fight. Ulti used by Oliver. He's on the back lines. Taiga trying to run away, but he's hit up with the root coming out from FNG. The Aegis pop, but it's not going to matter. They'll get the kill into Taiga. There's forced to run.
Another great fight by Spirit. Like, they don't mind the Visage being the one tanking the Ursa shots there because he has the Aegis. So just going to come back up, and now they can go back to their deficit. It's really good. They have so much push power with the Venom and the Visage. I like this Hurricane Pike pick up as well by the Venom. They're really good at kiting these melee cores and the Ursa and the Brood. Going to move top as well. Finish off this tier 3.
Familiar's getting low. He still hasn't popped the new Familiars yet. He's got the Helmet of the Dominator too, so he's just got the siege creep working and another pod.
You still want to save the resummon though for the middle of a fight, because if you get a double bird drop for the stuns and then you summon another three, like that's pretty crazy. Alliance won't be expecting that kind of lockdown and damage coming out. AC on the Visage as well, which is really nice against all this physical damage coming out from the Ursa and the Brood. Keeping himself tanky.
Avalanche through on the boxi. Swordcrest on top of him, but now being life drained is this Tiny. qojqva comes in as well as miCKe. They try to find the Tiny. The toss-off comes through as well as the Soul Assumption out by G. G no longer has this Aegis, and he's getting chased down very hard by qojqva. Soul Assumption thrown at boxi, still trying to run, but Taiga's here with the Vendetta hit as well as the stun. They'll get the kill. That's an 8-time killing spree going to the way of Taiga. They'll take out FNG. That's 2 down to the side of Team Spirit, and everybody has to retreat. Just getting away is that Tiny.
Got the tier 3 though. Team Spirit forced to fight outside of Alliance's base, so I don't think Alliance are going to be able to gain too much from this, at least. Willow's in trouble. Oh, the Fear? She's going to kill him.
Fear, Curse Crown. And Familiars, 1 stun, 2 stun.
Okay, well, Brood's BKB's down to 7 seconds now, so the fights are going to get harder for Alliance, but again, it feels like this Pokemon's really underwhelming. Same as last game. It's not really doing too much.
Driven a lot of gold from those Spiderlings.
He summons the birds now, so he's got 3 on the Visage. We talked about the Visage earlier in game 1 though. What was the thing I said about the Visage? Do you remember? This is my see if you're listening test.
Avalanche toss on the qojqva. Sorry, team fight. 3-man start from Taiga! Oh, geez! Biver's gonna be the first one to fall. The ulti's gonna be thrown out by Oliver. But with the BKB as well as the ulti coming out from qojqva, he tries to survive, but he's solo. Freezing field, that's pushing back Team Spirit. They'll take out FNG anyway. They'll look for more on G. The Soul Assumption threw on a boxi. qojqva chasing. Diffuser Blade slows him up, and here comes miCKe. That's gonna be miCKe dying. Boxi kills off Oliver and G, so 4 die anyway. qojqva with a triple kill.
G got separated from his 3 birds in the middle of that fight, and so they all just died instantly to the freezing field and the Brood. And now he doesn't have resummon for like 80 seconds as well. This is really bad, because Brood will punish you. This is a much better fight position for a fight for Alliance. Just outside the tower range, so they can push and try and get objectives here. Roche minimum spawn is about to hit as well. So let's see if they get the Roche timing in their favour.
Dire's structures are fortified.
2 minutes 15. It's good for Spirit.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Again, it's another BKB charge on the Brood. That's something for Team Spirit.
About even. 30 kills, 29 kills, but a 4,000 net worth for Spirit.
Yeah.
AC for the Visage next. Dark Willow. Going to the Yules. Tiny with the Echo Saber, as he's got the Blink as well as the... He actually has the 4-stack too.
Yeah, back to my point. Come on, what do you build against the Visage? What do you need? What item?
Divine Rapier?
Come on, Visage. Biko, you can do this.
No,
come on,
I can't. I'm not embarrassing myself.
They really need a Crimson Guard. But they don't really have a Crimson builder again. So this Visage is kind of doing a lot more damage than he should be. But who do you build it on? Nyx, maybe, but he's nowhere. He doesn't really want to build a Crimson, and he's going to be nowhere near it anyway. Not really getting the kind of farm that you want. Maybe CM, but again, CM with a Crimson sounds pretty shocking.
I mean, CM does have that plus 150 gold per minute, so we'll see. 9 damage now for FNG. It's always fun to hit for 230.
Commit the terrorize for that. He did. Yeah. Just to get about.
Yep.
Alright.
The scan had shown red though for a split second. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why he committed it.
It's a HeStEJoE bot as well here, which the Broodmother might pick up and look to try and force a fight. Oh no, okay, boxi just snatches that away from underneath him. I feel like boxi really needs a BKB, but he's built this axe first instead, so probably just looking to sit back in these fights and try and heal up his other two cores. And this Earth is getting closer to BKB as well. Even though the Broodmother's BKB is getting lower, at least the other two cores are going to have one at some point in the game soon.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The game evening up in terms of net worth.
They see this Nyx spot with the rest of the team pushing for this tower, so they just walk into the Roche pit instantly. This is a really nice play by Spirit. This Roche is so important, like we mentioned before. Gonna go down so quickly.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Extending using the Solar Crest on his own minions rather than the Roche. Alliance aren't gonna get here in time.
So Aegis on the Visage. Cheese is picked up by Venomancer.
Yeah, that's okay. Decent choice. I like the Halberd as well on the Veno as well. Really good against these two melee cores and the Brood and the Berser. But I don't think you can enrage off the Halberd either. I think it's. I know you definitely can't if you pop BKB afterwards. So I don't see any reason why enrage would.
Worth I mean, this game back and forth so much. Okay, let's take a look at the network graph. Doesn't really give a full picture of them spiked this one after the other going towards opposite sides, and G combined with the rest of his team and his familiars will grab the shrine bottom.
This dialogue doesn't scale massively well. So if it gets to these later stages of the game, they might be okay on the Radiant. I'm just worried about them trying to fight into this Veno ult with low BKBs. Sounds really difficult. So much damage, especially when you get the duration and level 20 talent.
qojqva. HeStEJoE.
Got the fear as well.
Terrorize. That's going to land on a Pugna into the Bramble Maze. So go. FNG is here, but they'll have the damage regardless. Boxi should die and will.
Smoke up instantly on HeStEJoE. Oh, was that smoke? No, okay, they just went in. Just gonna try and force down the racks here, I think. Maybe just take the shrine, but I feel like you want to try and do something on this Pugna's dead. Obviously, you don't really want to overcommit too hard in case he buys back and they turn the fight. Just play it a little bit safe. You've got the Aegis, just get some chip damage on the buildings.
They're gonna grab that top shrine. They don't grab the tier 3 mid, but get something out of it.
Yeah, this is okay. I don't mind this. I wonder what the Veno's going to build next as well. If he goes for like an axe or something, or whether he wants to get a blink to get involved in these fights. Even just tank up. Possibly a Hex is another one that they could go for. Veno's is one of those heroes that's so utility based. There's so many different items you can pick up, and be useful with. This is just going for the Hex. Nice, finished off his AC as well. Good lockdown for the Ursa, nice. They see.
Two is, ooh, Taiga. Just with the blink. That puts him into these trees. They actually thought he went this way. He just blinks right here.
Can't walk out of the trees either, I don't think. I think he's stuck and he has to blink. He's TP.
TPs, yeah, he'll TP back.
Puts mid tier 3 though. Falls instantly.
By on the Centaur, they'll take the mid-range racks, and oh boy, miCKe and qojqva coming in. The Terror is actually gonna hit onto the Ursa. qojqva going in really deep for this, and I just don't know. He's without his team. This is a problem. He's rooted up. Nice stun again from Taiga. qojqva will get the kill. Down goes Biver. Freezing field in an okay spot from iNSaNiA. We'll try to get these heroes on the side of Team Spirit, but it's just not enough. Avalanche hits onto Taiga. He's got the spike carapace. They'll pop the Aegis onto the Visage. Buybacks come out from this Pugna as well as the Ursa and Crystal Maiden. You lose FNG and Biver and the Aegis, but you've taken half the racks, the tier 3 and force 3 buybacks.
Team fight by Spirit. Again, they get some buybacks from the Ursa as well as the key one, so his Abyssal Blade's going to be slowed down. But they can't really force any buildings, so Alliance are holding on. They need to just try and extend this game a little bit further. Their 3 cores come online. Need this BK be on the Pugna so much. He's actually changed for a blink. I really don't like this. Bought back as well.
Seems so far gone for Alliance, but at the same time, if they could find a couple of pickups, that would be nice. Curse Crown going to be purged off. They'll look for Biver and Terrorize in a nice spot. That actually lands right on top of him, but qojqva's heroes for FNG. They place down the Sentry Ward. They'll both be dead. They both have buyback. They look over at Oliver. Continuing forward will be qojqva. miCKe is here. Oh, can they find another one? Plague Ward placed down, as well as the Avalanche coming in. qojqva continuing to chase. Incapacitate. Or not the impede of the diffusal blade.
Oh, inhibit, you mean?
The inhibit.
Calling it a purge, and it's not a purge. It's called inhibit, the active.
So many things here. Inhibit, incapacitate, impede.
It's actually bought an Aeon this. Okay.
Not a bad move.
Not sure I agree with it though. I think he wants to be the one that's tanking all this damage anyway though. He's built really tanky, so why are you getting the Aeon?
A man who loves Aeon Disc so much.
See, I only like it in the right situation.
They're not blinded by your...
Like Oliver's building a Shivas as well. Like they're building super tanky, trying to outlast them, but they're not dealing a huge amounts of damage. They're so reliant on the Visage to be doing the right click damage in these fights. Because Tiny's not scaling massively well either. He's gone for this pick-off build with the Blink, the Shadow Blade, Force Echo. They scanned out someone on the high ground, so they know there's somebody there. But... Okay, just blinks away on the Ursa.
Ag's next for Taiga. Got the gem blink. Boxi grabs the Aeon Disc. Kurt comes all the way north for him as he's TPing back to the base, and now these familiars will work on the way side of this Rax. Bramble Maze lays down. Ursa locked in, forced to use that ult. Blinking forward be Taiga. He's got himself the stun, but there's the Aeon Disc. The Avalanche Hall coming out of the Boxi, but he's also got an Aeon Disc. And now, brambled up again is qojqva.
They're keeping their Rax alive. It's really good. Yeah, there's just not a huge amount of damage coming out from Team Spirit. They're finding it really difficult to breach this high ground against the Nyx. The Nyx is just jumping in and stunning people all the time. Actually building an Ags on the Nyx as well, so it's only going to get harder for them to go high ground.
Dire's top tower is under
Trying
attack.
to kill these familiars. 1, 2, 3, back to full health.
This vet, they might be able to push it.
Nice stun again, and really low, really quickly is the Visage. She's going to die. The freezing field is going to be laid down by iNSaNiA. qojqva gets the kill. They're going to continue to chase on the retreat from the side of Team Spirit. No G for 80 seconds. So this is, the game slowed down quite a bit.
But again, like they win this fight and they get the visage, but they're not getting anything from this.
Oh, Taiga. Taiga. Oh no. So close to dying.
The power of the Venom. Got the extra seconds now as well. I wonder whether he gets the AoE or the Plague Ward damage at level 25. Expecting to get the Plague Ward damage this game, so they might be able to push. Up to him.
He's getting eggs though too, so.
Radiant.
So BTB down to 8 seconds, Brood's down to 5 seconds. Really good for the Puckner.
Isn't that pretty?
AB next for HeStEJoE, bought in full. He buys out completely.
What's this Tiny just bought? He's bought a BKB, right? Okay, yeah.
And 2 tome. Really trying to get that level 25 if they can.
The Willow's almost got a blink as well, which is really going to help. I'd like to see this Crystal Maiden build make BKB this game too, though. Or just maybe even an Axe later on. Like she has the GPM talent, so it's not out of the question for her to get this level of farm. Will just scale so much better into this late game because they don't really have anything to deal with the CM when she BKBs and gets the freezing field off. It does a lot of damage.
$4,000 net worth lead. It was what, 11,000 a little bit earlier. Blink is officially bought on Crystal Maiden, and Ag's about 1,200 gold away from Taiga. Oxy's got an Ags, Ursa here with Abyssal Blade soon. Yeah, I think that's going to be really big in these fights. If they could lock down one big hero on Spirit and take him out of the fight, namely G, things could turn.
I didn't realise quite how quickly he died as well on the Visage, so that I understand why he's bought the Disc now, but they went high ground when he didn't have it up, so just died instantly, even with the cheese.
Over HeStEJoE showing mid. His web's coming out. And there's a Plague where they are looking. They might be looking for a close to a fight.
This Nyx is getting closer to Axe as well. He's only 1,000 gold away. I think that AoE Carapace stun is really valuable in this game. You can kind of just blink in Burrow and Carapace, and it might just take them by surprise if they don't react quickly enough.
And they've got the Abyssal Blade on miCKe, so that they might even with this haste here, see what they do. But I would have assumed that Taiga just goes to pick it up. Gotta be very careful. The smoke's been broken. Taiga's here. The dust comes out. He blinks away, and now he's picked up the haste. So it's on the retreat that he gets it. Pretty genius.
Really nice play by Taiga. Just means that Alliance know exactly what's going on now with the smoke, so they can kind of just try and bait something out here, maybe. You see Team Spirit, they're going to have to back off and probably just shot this top lane
Action comes out from Alliance. They'll go see the Spiderlings, send familiars into the Roche pit. They are just postured here, and they smoke up, or this might have been the leftover smoke from side of Spirit and also FNG. All these
Venom wards are so annoying though. They're just cancelling the Ursa's blink all the time. And look at where they're hovered though on Spirit. They understand. They need to just try and gain some kind of high ground advantage. They're not going to walk up that high ground. You see Venom just starts putting the Plague Wards down.
Middle tower is under attack.
Look at how far north Taiga is. They have a gem here? I don't see him. Look at what Alliance is, just their positioning.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Willow pushes out mid as well.
Wrapping around, back into the Vendetta is Taiga. Dust one more time, but it actually misses, so now you know they're close. HeStEJoE, Taiga here, there's the Impale, starts it off. miCKe coming in, the Nullifier's gonna come on through with the BKB spot by miCKe as well as qojqva, but that is immediately just countered by the fact that they are so far away. They look for the terrorize. That hits on the boxy. The chase is now on for the side of Team Spirit. The blinks away, just getting out. And I think the overgrowth was also used, but it doesn't land on anything. They'll get the kill on FNG. Now they'll look for more. The Yule's used on the boxy. Frostbitten is Biver, and G moving forward to try and get this kill with the help of HeStEJoE. Cleans up boxy. There's the freezing field. The hurricane fight comes out. The freezing field will be enough. It takes out 2, but 2 heroes dead on the side of Alliance as well. The Impale G solo. Can he survive? Can he get out? Oh, he can. Taiga will drop as well. Oliver falls. He'll immediately buy back. And it's a 4 for 3 in the favor of Alliance. Now they're even. They might even look towards Roche.
Great fight by Alliance. The 2 big cores survive as well. So going into the Roche pit is a big possibility, I think.
Buyback from Crystal Maiden. Maybe they buy back on Taiga.
No, they don't use it. They're just going to secure the Roche and reset the fights and go again.
He does want to hold for that axe. He does have enough money for it. Oh no, the Invincibility was an old fire. HeStEJoE! This will for sure lock up Roche for Alliance.
Yeah, another great pick-off. I mean, the problem is with Team Spirit, when that overgrowth completely misses and doesn't hit anybody, they just don't have the control necessarily to be able to bring down these targets. Like, they hit a nice terrorize on the partner, which brought him down. But yeah, with the overgrowth missing, this some Brood just running rampant around these fights. There's nothing to stop them.
Taiga commits to buying that Ags. Does he take the Spike Carapace damage if he's got that Ags? For sure, right?
So.
The AoE.
The impale damage is pretty nice though. Like,
yeah,
the thing is that
longer.
The Carapace damage is only useful when you're up against these really high burst damage spells, like one instance, like a finger or something, which they don't really have this game. Maybe Soul Assumption, but the impale damage is nicer just to have the extra burst.
So beautiful.
Brood's 25, so yeah, he has the extra life steal on the damage from the ult.
Ooh, wow, web. All the way over to the high ground right by the shrine. This is a very forward move from qojqva, and the brambles lock him in. He needs to be very careful.
And he wants to try and force a fight with this Arcane Rune though. Because he knows he's got like so many active items, and he's got the Refresher Shard as well to spare.
And there's the Terrorize with the Bramble Maze right on top. Let's see, is the team here to save him? He'll just use the BKB.
FNG really needs a blink on this tree, but he's got no farm. This is the problem when you play tree into position 5. I feel like this hero scales so much better with farm than other position 4s. Like you can get the blink, you can get so much utility going.
To where Taiga is with this burrow.
Sneaky. I think they really need a gem on this tree as well. Do they have anyone on anybody else? Okay, the Willows picked it up. Willow going for the Hex as well.
Ooh, HeStEJoE. Added for a moment by Taiga. Who's going for an Aether Lens. He wants to make it even longer range stuns, and he does take the impale damage. So 435, Aether Lens will be next, and the range will be impressive, to say the least.
I'd actually like to see him pick up a Vessel on the Nyx for the increased percentage damage, especially when they're full health. It does so much. Maybe even a Lotus Orb as well to get out of this overgrowth from the tree, maybe help his team as well. Like the Aether Lens is nice, but it feels like it's all in on his own kind of play rather than being the utility for his team.
Smoke up from Team Spirit. Look at where Taiga's positioned.
Sure, there's AoE on Taiga's Impale is bugged. It's like me, like you can get it in the dire base.
Now, there it is. Avalanche toss. They spot him. They've got the Terrorize. But stun comes down on a couple of these heroes. The BKB popped by HeStEJoE as well as the Amethyst popped on G. The Overgrowth. That'll land on 2, but the BKB is going to be popped by qojqva. G's going to fall for 100 seconds. He's down with buyback. Immediately uses it. And to the high ground, they retreat is Team Spirit.
Get the Visage buyback as well, which is really nice. Good quick fingers right Taiga to blink before the Plague Ward hits him. Nice.
I don't exactly see the Spike Carapace range. Doesn't show up on my screen. Skull.
The Carapace range is 300 around the Nyx when he's burst.
Oh, I know, but I'm looking for the circle. Is Blink with the first hit bash on a Biver.
They get the gem as well.
Buyback gem on the ground. Avalanche throwing qojqva and Taiga.
TM's about to finish BKB as well. She can send it out in the courier here if she wants to just forgo the buyback. She doesn't have the buyback actually, so if she sends it out now, it could be massive in this next team fight if she blinks BKBs and gets a good freezing field off.
Slow sieging. Not Avalanche, just the toss back into the base. There's the BKB popped by HeStEJoE. They'll get the buyback coming out from the Dark Willow as the 4-step gets HeStEJoE back to the high ground. And this is going to be popped on boxi. They've got the overgrowth. That comes through. They'll take themselves out. The plug, and now they'll look for more. The chase is on. The terrorize started, but it's going to be stopped as iNSaNiA trying to run away with the help by miCKe and qojqva. Taiga invis, but he's safe for now. The dust comes through on iNSaNiA. There's a blink forward from miCKe with the Vandalum right on top of him as well as the stun coming through. miCKe gets the kill on the G. And oh boy, he's dead for 2 minutes. Team Spirit might have thrown away everything they might have had in this game. Oh, terrorize that hits, pushes him back. BKB is going to be popped by qojqva. They look over HeStEJoE. They're trying to run V1 trade. He needs the 4-step back to the high ground. Will get it from Oliver. Or actually, I think he has it himself. Yes, he does. And now the Aegis has expired. miCKe getting that regen back to full health. Avalanche comes in. Spike Carapace used as well as the Sun Curse Crown hits. You try and hold this out until they get G back, but it doesn't seem like G's doing as much.
TM started bringing the BKB out just as she was about to die. It was just too late. If she'd have had that BKB for the start of the fight, I actually think it would have been completely different because they can't focus her down quick enough. She's worth a lot of gold now because of her GPM talent. She's scaling very well. Doom build by the Broodmother is doing a lot of work as well. Just a shame that G's died, fought back and died again here, and they can't really punish him because the Aegis has run out. They don't want to force the high ground to take a really bad fight, especially when there's only 3 of them.
Oh no, Biver found, but okay. Overgrowth use forces out the BKB.
That's fine. Brood doesn't mind using it. It's not like it's a 10-second BKB. He's quite happy to just freely use that whenever he gets caught.
And I think, what did he have, Refresher Shard in the last fight?
Yes.
Because he used the BKB twice in succession.
They still have the cheese as well on the Brood. Visage really is underwhelming now. Kind of not really doing too much. Like in scenario, the Visage falls off really heavily. They've missed their timing a little bit with the Spirit. With how they've itemized to try and just push into the enemy base in the mid game. Like they've itemized so tanky, they haven't itemized to deal damage. All 3 of their cores are really lacking the damage to kill the Brood in the Ursa.
Taiga just kind of waiting. When you get Burrow on this Nyx Assassin, you kind of just turn into like something Zerg-esque. Forget the name of the creature in StarCraft that has that for Zerg.
No idea. Never played StarCraft. Just Warcraft 3. Played Age of Mythology. That was great. What a game.
Right.
iNSaNiA bot. He's going to try and kill these birds. Oh, Visage resummons them. A good attempt by him. If he'd have forced out the bird resummon, that's a long cooldown.
Enough time for G to get back up. 2-minute cooldown on the birds. And Shiva's next. Or Hex, sorry. Hex next. I think this is one of the longest games we've had so far, and I'm not surprised. This is probably the 2 top teams, and we've seen it back and forth.
Yeah. Very close to each other. And all it takes is one bad mistake by our team now to just throw the game away. So that's why both teams are playing so carefully. They understand that they can't make those mistakes.
Oh, miCKe going in deep. The terrorize. Oh, but the sun still comes down. Now the BKB is going to be popped. Oh boy, HeStEJoE. He's in deep. They've got Oliver coming in with the BKB pop by miCKe, but HeStEJoE looking low, looking dead. qojqva chasing, gets the kill. He's the first one to die. He's going to buy back 100 seconds on the sideline. Immediately following that, death coming through. The frostbite on FNG. They've got the Noah Fire coming out onto Oliver. He's dead as well for 2 minutes. He's going to buy back 2. Boxi low. Boxi in the tree, still alive. Boxi dead. qojqva gone. They're looking for iNSaNiA. Team Spirit chasing as they go on the retreat. But there's 1 stun. There's 2 stuns. 3 strikes. You're gone. See you later, iNSaNiA. And G with the double kill.
Imagine if I see him at BKB freezing field again. So sad. It's going to be a road as well for the dive side. Lots of players in there and they just didn't quite reach the tiny, so when that terrorize came out, really made it quite hard for Alliance. There was 2 buybacks from the Venom and the tiny, so at least they got something from that. They can hold their own buybacks, which is really good, but I feel like Spirit are just going to force something. Try and get these buybacks out from the Alliance side.
Aegis choose Refresher Shard. Aegis on the Oliver. Refresher Shard, I would assume goes on FNG. You want that overgrowth twice.
It means when the Brood Mother BKBs, you can just use the overgrowth again. It's a really good hero to have this Refresher Shard on. I don't know if he has the mana. He does. At the moment. He will do.
We gotta stay on the move.
They start to push over mid. Let's see what they're able to do. They did take this Ranger Axe so long ago. I mean, Team Spirit were the ones taking high ground forever and a day ago.
Look at these Plague Wards though. And they really should be trying to force this high ground before the buybacks come out though. I feel like this is a mistake if you just let the Brood not use his buyback. It's a play to win here. They're being super safe and just using the Venom once to hit the ranks.
Bramble Maze, that hits on miCKe. Meanwhile, Birds are pushing top for G.
Get this Rax here with the wards. This was really good though. Oh, wow. And they get it in
Has fallen.
I think you're happy with that though if you're Alliance. Not using the Brood buyback and only losing 1 melee Rax. The one lane of Rax doesn't really matter at 56 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and to not force any buybacks, that keeps Alliance in the sweet spot. About to reach the hour mark on this game.
Nice quick series to start the day, BK.
With another one to come, EPG versus Team Empire next, if you guys want to stay tuned. I know it's not Alliance or Team Spirit, but the teams have done quite well for themselves.
But EPG and Empire both been performing okay. So be nice to see how they fare up against each other. But this game is so intense now. I feel like if Team Spirit don't take this fight with this Aegis and with the refresher, I don't know how they win a fight after that. It's really difficult, especially without the buyback on the Venom and the Tiny.
Yeah, no buyback on Venom or Tiny for 4.5 minutes. They could use this Aegis to slow down the pace of the game to get those buybacks back in their hands, as they will have Dark Willows in just a moment. Well, cooldown, but doesn't have the gold for you yet.
Look at this chip damage from the wards though on the tower. Taking it down pretty quickly. Yeah, to level 25 talent.
Oh. And then 3 times Plague Ward, HP and damage, the 3 tosses. Dark Willow only level 23. They're actually coming from behind. Fox is here. There's the invisible wave. That's going to come through onto FNG, but he's not getting it. He's always silenced. The BKB is going to be used by miCKe, and now he's surrounded by G as well as HeStEJoE, who comes in with a toss. That's going to be a bolt-in. Brood Mother as well as the Ursa, and he's getting low. FNG actually ends up dying. Here comes Oliver. The stun comes out from Taiga, doing so much work. Down for 2 minutes is this tiny box. He's going to fall. He's only the first one to fall. The freezing field is going to be used by iNSaNiA. Taiga with the stun on the Oliver. He just respawned. He's going to fall. Full team wipe in favor of Alliance.
I know, and Tiny's got no buyback as well. This is a bit of a disaster for Spirit. The thing is, I think they had to make that play because the game's not going to get any easier. I understand why they did it. That was a really good wraparound from Alliance, taking them on the back line. Tree died before he could get his second overgrowth off as well. I think Taiga finished him off. Great fight, and now Alliance is just going to push so quickly with this Pugner, with the Brood Mother. Struggling to see how Spirit are going to hold on here.
You're gonna have to buy back on FNG as well as Dark Willow, who is Biver. We'll see if they can hold. They don't even have all 4 familiars. They only have 2, and they're pushing
Dire's
bottom.
middle tower is under attack.
Here comes the creep wave,
So let's see. Tier 3 guy.
Go for the end. Yeah, this is it.
Go for the end. Can Team Spirit hold while the familiars take bottom? They've sent back Crystal Maiden.
The
See if
fear
they can do
missed.
this. The fear doesn't actually hit onto anything real, only illusions. And they'll take the first tier 4. That's going to be the blink off over the bash coming out first on G. BKB pop by miCKe as well as G. Now they've got the soul assumption that's going to come through as well as the curse crown and the overgrowth following it up from FNG. But that's the second tier 4 to fall. Phantom right on top. Taiga needs to get a little bit further back, but the Ancient's starting to drop. And let's see. Team Spirit, they're trying to hold. They're trying to do everything they can. The Ancient's going to get down to 1,000 health. qojqva with the BKB pop as well as the no fire and the silence coming through on FNG. They'll drop FNG. He buys back immediately. Dark Willow going to fall. And well, Alliance take the series 2-1, taking out Team Spirit in an hour-long game.
Really well played by Alliance. They held on to that game for so long. They held through that really difficult stage of the game against the Venom, against the Visage Storm, and really had their backs up against the walls. But they pull through. They managed to pull through to this late game stage where the Visage falls off. And that end game fight towards the end, though, in the bot lane was really fantastic by them. Just getting the backlines, getting the key heroes first, like the Willow, like the Tree, and fantastic performance from them.